Hi there! This month we're going to be talking about self-discipline. So, unlocking your Jedi powers of self-discipline. I have those days, and I'm sure you do too, where I feel great. Like things are really flowing, getting a lot done. I'm taking the actions I know I need to take. I feel like I'm saying the right things. I'm making the right connections, all that stuff, and I'm really aligned with my goals, and it feels really good. And then I think we all have those days where we feel blocked. We feel like everything we do is really underwhelming or non existent, and we're procrastinating, and often we're just not really feeling good enough. Um, I think everybody has those ups and downs, but what do we do when we're knee deep in the slog? We're buried in the slog and we just can't seem to move forward. Well, that's what I want to talk about this month, Self Discipline Month, this self discipline series. So, by the end of this 4-week series, you can have a good handle on what is self discipline, why does it matter, what can it do for us, but more, importantly, is what can we do to get ourselves out of the slog. So, today, what we're going to cover is what is self discipline, why is it important, and how is it going to help me. And then in the future ones, we'll talk about some tools to help you get unslogged. But first, for those of you who don't know me, my name is Nancy Brooker. I'm the Living in Yes coach for women who feel overwhelmed by life's demands and secretly worry they're just not good enough, but are really ready to transform that inner critic and start to embrace life. So they hire me to teach them how to connect to their inner worth and really trust themselves so they can start rocking their relationships, stressing less, and living in yes. So let's get going. What is self discipline? Well, I'm going to say this: self discipline is a skill. And it helps us achieve more in life. So that it means it's a good thing to have, right? It is not genetic. We're not born with self discipline. Some of us might be more predisposed to having more self discipline, but it's not something we're born with. It's a muscle that we need to build. It's something that we need to recognize the benefits of it, and then we have to start to really practice self-discipline and start to nurture and grow this skill. And if we don't, it's just like a muscle. It's going to weaken and wither away, and it won't be as useful, obviously. Self-discipline can be a sign of inner strength and control over our actions, in that it gives us the power to really stick to a decision, to follow them through. It helps us pass on instant gratification. And so it's obviously really important for achieving our goals. But self-discipline is not being really hard on yourself or living this restrictive lifestyle, really limiting yourself. And it's not about being a bad person or a good person. It's a skill. It's all about the skill of working at this muscle of being able to do things and control things and control ourselves. Why is it so important? Because it helps us continue to plan and achieve our goals. It can display as an inner strength, and it helps us overcome, if we're feeling lazy, or when we're feeling like procrastinating, or if we're, addicted to a video game, or whatever that might be. It's an important ingredient for success. It's that stickiness. It's what helps us to stick with something, even when there are obstacles put in our way. Regardless of, if there are setbacks, we'll still move forward. So it's really important, because if we don't have it, we might give up too soon and never achieve what it is that we really want. It's a skill that helps us understand the importance of life. Even when life is throwing those challenges in front of us, it keeps us on our path. It allows us to persevere. Lack of self-discipline can lead to failure in your meeting your goals, in your relationships, your finances, your health, all sorts of areas. And so just as some people have weak muscles and they can become strong with training, it's the same with self-discipline. You can develop and strengthen your self-discipline. So don't despair, because we all have it in us, is what I'm trying to say. It's like any other skill. Through training, you can develop your self-discipline. So how's it going to help you? It's going to help you be less careless, help you keep your promises, help you stop procrastinating. It'll help you engage in good behaviors like going to the gym, or watching what you eat, or you know, staying focused on your diet, waking up early, even what you say to somebody in an interaction. Your self-discipline comes in there. Might help you meditate regularly. Whatever that is that you want to do, it's going to help you achieve that. It's really all about achieving what your goal is. That's why it's important. Without it, it's really hard to move forward. So if you're struggling with self-discipline, though, you are not a bad person. Not. There's always a reason behind it. Something that we often do in a coaching session, if there's a certain thing, I need to take this course, I need to write this paper, I need to study for this test, whatever that is, we'll start with, what's the very first piece of what you need to do? I need to sit down in front of the computer. Okay, thinking about just sitting down in front of that computer. What's coming up for you? What are you feeling in your body? What emotions coming up? And it's so funny because not even actually doing it, but just thinking about doing it, all these things will come up. And so what we'll do is we'll process these emotions, and often they'll lead back to something else that has happened in your life. Or sometimes they won't. Sometimes they'll just, it'll just be a fear of what's going to happen. But by clearing that stuff, just imagine if you can't even think about sitting down in front of the computer to write your paper, you're not actually going to sit down and get yourself to do it. It's going to be too difficult. So there's always these voices in our heads, these memories of a time when something didn't work out in the past, a feeling in our body, whatever that is that stops us from moving forward. And often we don't even realize that that's what's happening. So when we really sit and think about it, we can really start to tune in to what's getting in our way and start processing and clearing it so we can move forward and really, kick our self-discipline into high gear. So what's the bottom line here? Self-discipline is a skill. It's a muscle, and you can develop it. It will literally change your life for the better once you start flexing your self-discipline muscle. And if you're having trouble introducing new habits or changing old habits, feeling like you're stuck in that slog and you need to get out, then book your free clarity call with me, and we'll talk about how we can work together to get you out of the slog. And I'll leave you with this quote. Self-discipline is the art of convincing yourself that chocolate is not a food group. Remember, you are awesome and amazing. Thank you so much for listening. I really appreciate you being here today. Grab your freebies down below. Hoping to have some journal prompts for you at some point this month for Self-Discipline Month. Things that you can use on your own. And subscribe to the YouTube channel. Come see me over at Living in Yes. I would love to connect. Take care and have a great day.